Nigeria can never displace the Fulanis. Either we sit down and iron things out peacefully, or we suffer, then we come and do that what we are supposed to do.
Alright, I'm gonna forget that video from Sheikh Gumi where he was actually addressing the media. This video is now trending all over now, where he's saying there's nothing they can do to displace the Fulanis. That either they iron things out with them. Iron things out, is it giving them amnesty or what? I don't really know. I don't want to go really deep into that. He said they should iron things out with them. That Nigeria cannot displace them and they cannot chase them away. Just like what he said days ago. That if they do so, Nigeria will suffer and still come back to iron things out with them. Anyways, that is what is actually making around the media at the moment. But I don't want to go deep into that, like I said. I saw this particular update from Igbere TV. The update says, just in, President Trump asked to probe President Tinubu's alleged drug trafficking case in US. Another one says, Nigeria is worse than Venezuela, says President Trump's loyalists who revealed recognition of Somaliland 2 weeks before Israel's announcement. So these two updates, I saw them, I was a little bit wanting to know more like about it. Here are people are trending now. They got everywhere on the media. People are tagging President Trump into this Nigerians issue again concerning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And in another write-up, I saw somebody saying that the only way Trump will prove Tinubu is by involving himself in the forthcoming Nigerian election that will happen next year, 2027. That if only Trump will monitor the process of this election, that everything about having a bad leader in Nigeria will be resolved. Anyways, I want you guys to watch this video to hear what this gentleman said here about Tinubu. After the man, Professor Chidi or Dinkalo, if all could hear about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will shock you. He said something that is making the social media trends. Now the video is going around what he said and how he described Tinubu ahead of the 2027 election. Watch out the video, share your thoughts and your opinion, and do well to also share the video. Can always require with fear.
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians.
Where there is no decency, no principles, things are just happening haphazardly and it's shameful. But the PDP is alive and well, believe it or not. You see, because the indication for me is what is going on in the field. We have, our structure is solid. After that National Convention of November 15, 16, 2025.
In Ibadan.
In Ibadan. Everything is in order. The only problem we have now is INEC that is giving recognition to people, our members that we have expelled. That is the only problem we have.
It's a big problem, isn't it?
It is a big problem. It is not a problem only for the PDP. It is a problem for the question of survival of democracy in Nigeria. It's a question of integrity of our institutions. Where you have INEC, the chairman, I said it before many times, I'm sure you know that, so long as the president, who is going to be competing in the same election, is the one appointing the INEC chairman, we have a problem. So that problem is there. So the INEC chairman has to be above board. Everybody has to see it. So far, Amupito is behaving just like the one before him, satisfying everything that comes from the political party in power. It's not good enough. So that's a problem for us, but it's a problem for the whole of the Nigeria. And that is a terrible thing to do because the whole international world is watching. If you rig election the way you normally rig it before, you may have Trump coming to get you in your chambers. You may disappear overnight.
You're using Trump to threaten the Nigerian state.
Yes.
Yes. That's what you're doing.
Yes. Everybody has to be careful. This is not the first time it's happening. International Criminal Court is there. So be careful what you do. the way they rig election in Nigeria, and no, it's not going to happen again. 2027 is going to be different. So everybody be on the lookout. What we are doing in the PD is making sure that we talk to members of the party. Look,
the fact that you have the U.S. president, first of all, he was the one that told us about this attack. I could let that slide, because I personally think that the people who are victims don't care where the help comes. I understand the contradictions and our failure, but those people need some succor. If the U.S. intervention will bring it, fine. But what I find worrying, personally, Prof, is that our president has not spoken at all. He didn't make a broadcast, and I'm told that he didn't make a broadcast also last year. And then he has left the country, about the same time without saying a word. And then Anthony Joshua got involved in an accident, and then the president made a call to Anthony Joshua and put it out to us. Now, I'm not saying the president shouldn't call Anthony Joshua. Of course, he should. But how come we are hearing from our president, Anthony Joshua, and he's not telling us a thing personally about the fact that we have America sending bombs to our territory? No word, no explanation, no accountability. What is responsible for that, in your opinion, Prof?
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes, of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians. No. It is because at the end of the day, let us all be honest. What he needs are the judges and INEC. If votes counted, Nigerian politicians would not be as irresponsible, from the president down, will not be as irresponsible as they are to behave as if Nigerians do not count. Because for good or for ill, and I agree with you, people, I've spent most of my life working on atrocities and insecurity across the world, and particularly across the African continent. And when you look at the situation, Sudan, in Darfur, for instance, or indeed in the north of Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Sierra Leone, Liberia, where we had the situation in West Africa, in the last decade of the last millennium, the fact is people who are in trouble, or indeed in the Great Lakes of Africa, right? People who find themselves at the receiving end of a challenging situation do not mind where help comes from. I totally agree. But when that help involves something on the scale of a missile strike on your territory, you do expect that your president will be responsible enough to face his people and say, this is what transpired. And that, to not do that, to not think he owes Nigerians that, and to then leave the country. And while all of that is taking place, what happens? They issue a statement on a $1 billion financing arrangement for the so-called coastal road. They found time to do that. They found time to attend AO in Lagos. They found time to commiserate with Anthony Joshua publicly. But the president has not said anything about the situation. That for me is the most eloquent, as I said, of New Year statements and New Year messages. It says the man does not think Nigerians matter.